A controversial injection has been launched in Britain this spring, marketed as a speedy weight loss tool. Semaglutide jabs, or skinny jabs as they've been called, are apparently the worst kept secret in Hollywood. Even Jeremy Clarkson apparently has admitted to using them. They are already licensed in the UK to treat illnesses such as diabetes. Now, Boots is going to be introducing one which is specifically marketed towards weight loss for any reason if you've got a high BMI. So, Janet, would you welcome this?
I think it's really appalling news, really appalling news. I'm troubled by the fact that we're so obsessed with our body image and we now are starting to see food as something evil. And now, I mean, I don't want to lose weight, and the idea of injecting myself to lose weight I find repellent. But what's really bothering is that this drug is something that you do at home alone once a week, and you stick a needle in yourself. Now, in my book, that is really, really dangerous. I think that the way to lose weight is in a group, to go to Weight Watchers or something like that, something where you discuss your goals with other people and that you have a mentor or someone that you can share your journey, for want of a better word, with. The idea of doing this at home is disgusting to me.
I mean, just to play devil's advocate, OK? I mean, apparently the results are really quite dramatic and quite quick. For a lot of people, they find it difficult to lose weight, and it's that period of, is it actually making any difference? If you get, you know, a quick response and you see that you're making progress and...
But how long can you take it for?
A maximum of 2 years, and it costs something like £73 a month.
And what's to stop people abusing the way that they get it? Because at the moment, Boots is saying you need to get to fill in a form and get an online prescription. I can just imagine all the ways that desperate people are going to go round that. There's no way of policing the fact they're supposed to do it once a week. If they're clever enough, they'll abuse the system. I
mean, I'm not advocating it. I'm just trying to think, is there a place for it? What do you think, Jane?
Well, I think there's a place for it medically. I think that, you know, if there's a problem in a country with obesity or type 2 diabetes, then it can stave that off, absolutely. But like all things like this, it gets abused. And if, you know, social media influencers who don't have obesity are using it as a quick fix to lose a bit of weight because they want to peddle a certain persona or look, then that is very damaging. And actually, also what happens is it will now create a shortage of that medication for the people that actually need it medically. So in Australia, for example, it's already being investigated because social media influencers are using it to promoting it as a weight loss thing. And the Australian government are saying, no, absolutely not. You're not allowed to promote prescription-only medicine in that fashion. So it's under investigation. But here, you know, the UK advises it is prescribed, advises for people living with obesity, and you should not go beyond 2 years. But that's only guidelines from what I can make out. So, again, there is that is open to abuse.
It's really interesting that I'm sure Boots is very, very careful about these things, but the whole thing about online prescriptions and online pharmacies, what is the checking mechanism there? I mean, we all know how difficult it is to get an appointment with, you know, a real GP. I mean, if we introduce too much of online pharmacies, then clearly there's room for abuse on that. And also that, you know, most researchers have found that once users come off it, they regain most of the weight.
Exactly. It's just another diet trick. That's the thing. Because for me, you can use it for 2 years and you'll get all the response you need, like you do if you follow any kind of diet. And then you pile it all back on, and like you said, so then they start going, well, I need to get that injection again, which then it becomes, you know, they need help, you know, psychologically of why they're putting weight on or whatever. And also, you know, I've done all the diets in the world and they've all worked at the time, but I've put the weight back on. And the only thing that has changed now is that, you know, I've changed my mindset towards food, and it's worked really, really well. You know,
and it's that point you said, Janet, we're getting further and further away from the relationship between food, what we put into our bodies and how our bodies are.
So we're going to replace food with a drug. I'm sorry, it's not acceptable.
Most common side effects: nausea, diarrhoea, vomiting, constipation, stomach pain, headache, tiredness. No thanks.
Wow, you're really... Jane really selling it to everyone there. I just have to say, from Boots, we do have a statement from Boots, and they say that customers will have access to treatment following their completion of an online consultation form, which will be assessed by a clinician. Those who are offered treatment will receive follow-up touch points and support from the Boots online doctor service throughout their weight loss journey and can access advice and support from our pharmacy teams in store.